What is going on, Warriors? It's your boy Shinryu back here with another video. We're back on Gouken to look at the character, to see how good the character is. If it's gonna be someone that is like broken, OP, you know the old drill. We're gonna be going right ahead to check the kit out, see if it's pretty much good. We're also gonna check out what his soul power is about, and we may actually have to do a separate video to discuss these items here, which is the soul shard and the soul core, okay, and why they're essential as well as what they pretty much do. All right, we're also going to go right ahead and of course try out the character if we have enough time in this video. Otherwise, testing character might be different here, but we're talking about going over to the limited experience for Gouken, and pretty much looking at what actually ensures that he's actually great as well. If you guys haven't checked out the character as well, you can already see you see this we've got some of this shadow gate here. This seems a bit different from the typical whatever, but having Sagat here already as the first start already gives you an idea of what kind of character we should be expecting. Okay, so we're gonna go right ahead and let's go to Gouken real quick here, and let's have a quick look at the character himself. And first things first, we always try to look at, as you guys know, we have to look at the passive first, okay? Because the passive is what's going on pretty much let us know what to look forward to in the actual overall kit from his C1. But at a glance, you can see that he has a C1 and a C2. Now, here is the first thing that I'm actually excited about, okay? I'm excited about the fact that his C1 and his C2 are manually activated. What that means is that we can use them with Ryu and not worry about the fact that he has to be one of those passive characters. However, I'm a little bit concerned with the fact that he has a 1 and a 2, and that's because Akuma also has a 1 and a 2. So that means we're going to need a separate unit that actually has a 2 and a 3, okay, to actually make it perfect. We don't want a 1 and a 3 because we know Avery is going to be there as well, right? We're trying to mix them up, like the whole, we're trying to have 3 of them together. So we're going to see if Bison was the final unit, for example. Say Bison was the final unit, he's a 1 and a 3, so that actually puts us in a good spot, but that means we have to use Bison's last mode to finish things off. And also, it also means that we have to be concerned about sacrificing Raging Demon for this. Or then again, we can also interchange them as well, okay, make it more strategic. But who else is a contender? Let's see, I was considering Chun-Li as well. She's a 1 and a 2. That actually kicks her out of the board. He's a tank already, right? So we might need a support as well that can actually help. Rose is a good example. Rose is a 2 and a 3 as well, so she's actually not bad as someone you can put in that slot as well. We're looking at potential they can actually put here. Don't even bother trying to put Go Magalakan and Madri in the same unit together. Alright, as you guys know, we're going to need someone to always trigger that third C2. I think the safest best is going to be Bison, because you expect Bison not to go, and it means even if we lose one character, we can still sort of like come to the combo unit and not be stuck. So that's where having 2 1s and 2s is important for Mad Ryu. Alright, I mean Ryu rather, because Bison is like a 1, right? So alright, so that's what it looks like for now. We'll see how that actually pans out, but let's go over to the character here and let's see what we're dealing with. Alright, so with the passive right now, it says upon receiving, wait, hold on, before I actually go into the passive, this is something else that is new. Alright, this says this is increases the skills damage 50% if void power is active. Increase damage to 710% of attack. PvP damage bonus plus 5. PvP damage reduction plus 15%. So you're getting like some extra, stats for example, here you have PvP gains. Here just damage increase. And here is just pretty much another damage increase as well. as long as void power is active. Now void power, that's like I said, let's go back over to his skill. Is that part of his passive? Yeah, it looks like it. So let's go over to the passive. This is called Concussion. Alright. Now upon receiving fatal damage, gain Concussion, recovering 20% max HP and becoming invincible for 2 seconds. So once you get fatal damage, you get Concussion. What Concussion does is that you get 20% recovery and you can't be killed for 2 seconds. That gives you enough time to probably heal the character, or something like that. Okay. Also consume all stacks of Steel Thunder, gaining a shield equals 10% of max HP per stack of Steel Thunder consumed, and Steel Thunder consumed, and 1 void power. Alright, now void power seems to be the theme here as well as Steel Thunder. We're going to see what that is all about. The shields cannot be dispelled, can only trigger once per battle. Okay, so cool, cannot be dispelled, but remember, Ivory doesn't care about if you have any shields or not. It's just going to treat you like as if it doesn't exist. Alright, so you have to be mindful of that. So the other thing I also wanted to, obviously that's with certain moves, not all his moves, so yeah, don't be too scared. Alright, so now level 2 increases the HP recovery 30%. Level 3, you get a shield equal to 5% of maximum HP for 10 seconds once you get Steel Thunder. Alright, so each time you get Steel Thunder, you get that. When an ally fighter, for level 4, when an ally fighter receives fatal damage, protect that fighter with the power of the void. Grant them invincibility for 2 seconds. So he also, for fatal damage, I believe fatal damage is called when you, I think that's what it is. When you try to, when you're trying to eliminate a character, like you're trying to kill the character, instead of them dying, they become invincible for 2 seconds. So almost like they have 2 seconds to survive again, and you heal them for 20% of the max HP. Give them that chance to also heal them again. That is a very, very strong passive that would definitely help in the PvP right now, where most of these characters are sort of like one-shotting people. And that would work very well with Ivory, because if you can survive that typical first, being one shot first time, he can go right ahead and start to do his message. I believe it's a Gouken that actually starts to zap out your energy. So that actually works great. I'm actually impressed so far. But obviously I have been level 4, but we typically would be, because more or less based on if you're that far out, you probably are close already. So let's keep going. Also consume all stacks of Steel Thunder on that fighter, granting them a shield equal to 10% max HP per stack of Steel Thunder and consumed. Steel Thunder consumed and 1 void power. A shield cannot be dispelled, can only trigger once per battle. That's what I was looking for. I knew it was going to be only 1 trigger. Can still trigger if Gouken is defeated, but does not trigger if he is in tag position. So Gouken has to be outside. Oh my. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Typically, I don't like to leave Akuma in the. I don't typically leave Akuma out. I like to leave him in the tag position. But when you leave Akuma out of the tag, when you leave him in the tag position, you disable his ability to recover his health with his shuriken, right? But I'm sort of like used to that strategy, because I prefer using every use stomp to Akuma's shuriken, because you want to start building that Satsuki mode as quickly as possible. Alright, so when you have level 5, level 5 obviously is when you get that, his EX increases Concussion HP recovery to 5% of max HP, unlocks condition 3-star void protection EX move equipped. Alright, so now here's what Steel Thunder does. It reduces damage received by 3%, increases critical resist by 3%. When attacked, reduce damage taken by 3% of base attack. Lasts until the battle ends. Strikes up to 10 times. Whoa, okay, so it's not even like a passive thing, like it just comes, 10 seconds is gone. As soon as you trigger it, it lasts, as long as it's available. Void power, increase damage dealt by 5%, increase critical damage by 5%. Then attacking increases damage dealt by 5% of base attack, lasts until battle ends, starts with 10%. Oh, you know what? So pretty much the key thing here is this. the 2 seconds to survive, and that increase of 20% health. We're talking about the base stuff. Of course, once, let's say 30% help, because obviously you're going to probably be able to attain that. The only one that might be tough would be the 35%. All right. Also protecting your teammates. Obviously, it only triggers one time. What I don't know is, can it happen simultaneously? I want to mean by simultaneously is like, if for example everyone is being one shot, right? Say for example Charlie's, fireball, right? Does that mean that the other characters can get it as well, or just it doesn't matter if it's multiple? We're gonna find that out in the test. Okay, so let's go with the first super. Super combos can be unleashed. I keep reading that by mistake. Unleashing a Gouken, dealing thunder damage equal to 630% of attack to a target with a 100% base chance to inflict shock. So you're gonna shock the target once you do the Gouken. That's great. Shock damage debuffs are a thing actually for bosses. Gain 1 steel thunder upon unleashing. Remember here, steel thunder is what actually will help you, with getting the shield for 5 seconds each time you get it, and they actually stack, and I don't think it dispels. Okay, but I want to make sure that I'm not giving wrong information. Yeah, Steel Thunder reduces damage when attacked, reduces damage lasts until the battle ends. Yeah, you can stack up to 10 times, and of course, if we're looking at that, we're looking at 3%. If it stacks with 10 times, you're looking at 30. So this makes it arguable if you want to survive to want to start with this combo, okay? Because you're getting that. I hope he gets it with his. We're gonna see if C1 or C2 is the way to go. The Shuriken is not something that you feel like you want to lose out on. Shuriken is a very, very strong move. All right, so level 2, you gain 2 stacks of Steel Thunder when you do this move. Level 3, the skills critical rate by increase skills critical rate by 50% if void power is active. Alright, now shock of course takes thunder damage equal 10% of attack for each attack received for 6 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Void power, we already know what void power is, base chance. So he's also affected by effect, accuracy, and resist. Anything that has to do with debuffs, just that's chance you're gonna have to deal with those. Okay. Alright, so now next stuff here, have some stupid ass bug of insect just flying around me, distracting me here. But yeah, next one is his first move, the Gouken. Let's go ahead and do the animation again. Alright, one-handed Gouken. Nice. Unleash Gouken, dealing damage equal to 96% of attack to a target with a 40% base chance to inflict shock. So the first one is 100%. This one is just 40%. Each stack of Steel Thunder increases shock. Each stack of Steel Thunder increases this skill's damage by 5%. Okay, cool. So it looks like once you have enough Steel Thunder, you might want to be going for this. Each stack of Steel Thunder increases skills damage by 7%. Increases the skills damage by 50% if void power is active. Increases skills damage by 7% if void power is active. So you're probably going to be getting 7% damage because you're probably close to level 4. We already know what shock does. We know void damage by now, and we know what steel damage does as well. But here's the thing here, okay? So far, this one looks more crucial. And if this is crucial, it means you're going to miss out on this. So you may want to start with this, and then once you've stacked up enough of this Steel Thunder, you can now go right ahead and do this one here, right? And it will be, very, very effective and efficient. But like I said, for me, I always try to, when I look at this character, I don't just look at how they're good. I like to look at how they fit in the team I'm trying to build. So honestly, to start it off, like when I use the way I use Fashion Blanca, I do a little bit of initial, the super for Evil Ryu, the stump. I keep calling it stump. I don't know why the name always goes to my head. I shouldn't be forgetting the name. My favorite character. Dragon Slam. Yeah, I do drag that for at least twice to stack up a little bit of Satsui Noiki, and then I now go right ahead and now use the next one. So maybe we can start with that, and of course the rest of the move we'll talk about with him here. So that's not necessarily a bad deal, all right. But for now, once we do this, we do that. We might want to start with this to create a shield. We'll see how it works out, right? Now this is the one that actually I'm looking forward to see how it works. So to know whether this is going to be better than the Raging Demon or equally as good, right? Maybe they take turns. We're talking about Akuma's Raging Demon, that is. So unleash Shuriken dealing damage equal to 640% of attack to a target, gain 2 steel damage upon unleashing. Ooh, so that is actually nice. You know why I say that? If I initially start with Avery use combo, I can use a C2 to build his own as well, so that way certainly he is building up as well as Steel Thunder is building up. Okay, and you're getting 2 stacks. You're not just getting one. Obviously, you're going to get 2 stacks here because when you get to level 2, but then when you get level 2 here, then need more stacks. Level 2 says upon unleashing, grant the teammate with the lowest HP percentage Steel Thunder. Upon unleashing, grant all teammates Steel Thunder. So you'll probably be getting for this increased damage 701% of attack, 713% of attack. So okay, I think it's all about Steel Thunder right now. So I want to actually now confirm something again. All right. Void power. What gets you void power? Okay, so gaining shield equal to HP per stack of Steel Thunder consumed and 1 void power. I'm trying to get, let's see. Upon receiving fatal damage, gain Gouken, recovery time 7 max HP. I'm becoming invisible for 2 seconds. That's kind of like almost like a bison. Also consume all stacks of Steel Thunder, gaining a shield equal to 10% max HP stack of Steel Thunder consumed and 1 void power. So you get void power once you've avoided deaths the first time. All right. Now here's something about void power. Void power can only be triggered once per battle. So everyone is it's like almost like what Sagat has. So Sagat has, he can do his 3 times. Right? I wonder how it works if you have Sagat with him. That means you trigger void power first, so it triggers Sagat's own what is his passive here. I'm going back and forth because these other characters sort of like you have to key them in when it comes to their survivability as well. Let's see. No, he's going to be in the passive. What actually keeps? Oh, it's just 75% less. Once you get to 75%, 35, 50%, 75%. So that's actually not fatal. So it doesn't matter for him. So it's almost like, so for Sagat, he now has like 4 because he has 75%, he has 50%, he has 25%, then he has fatal. If you pair him with Gouken. So Gouken looking very important right now. So that's pretty much it with that. Doesn't look too hardcore, doesn't look too simple. For me right now, looking at this is trying to stack up the Steel Thunder is what makes this one important. Otherwise, Akuma's Raging Demon is still pretty much vital. So once you stack as much as possible, then you don't need to worry too much about you can go ahead with this C1 because by then you won't be needing you can go ahead and switch to C1, right? Because Akuma C1 right now, I guess what it does is it does burn. So we're looking at, but this is still going to be very, very viable. All right, so now that's the first part of it. The second part is the soul power. All right, we're doing all this right now, but we're going to also try and look at a video that's actually going to compare all 3 of these units soul power. Okay, know this, it is pretty much restricted to this Satsui gang, the Atsansukin gang. As you can see, Akuma has as well. And then of course, I don't think does Mad Ryu have it? I didn't even look at Mad Ryu. I don't think he does. Oh yeah, we did. We looked at him first in the previous video, and that's how we knew that he didn't have that. So he doesn't have it. But Ryu does have it. Where are you? Here you go. So this is his as well. So we're going to look at everything and compare them, how they actually help out. But because this is for Gouken right now, we're going to have to look at everything. For his car, let's look at this right now. First one says upon triggering Gouken, gain 2 Steel Thunder instead of 1. Nice. The maximum shield will be obtained no matter how many stacks of Steel Thunder are active. Oh, so you want to get maximum shield before, so now you just get maximum shield. That's cool. That's that second of vehicles for him as well. Can use the power of the void to protect an allied fighter from fatal damage once per battle. When using void power to protect an allied fighter, also grant that fighter 2 Steel Thunder. So I'm confused here. So you can use the power of the void to protect an allied fighter from fatal damage once per battle. Couldn't you do that before? Let's go over to the skill again. Looking at the passive here. Says when an allied fighter receives fatal damage, protect that fighter from with the power of the void, grant them invincibility for 2 seconds and hitting them for 20% maximum AP. Also consume all seconds Steel Thunder on that fighter. Grants them a shield equal to 10% of max HP per stack of Steel Thunder. The shield cannot be dispelled. Okay, well, you're getting that. So what makes it special to the garage here right now? Garage says can use the power of the void to protect an allied fighter from fatal damage once per battle. When using void power to protect an allied fighter, also grant the fighter. So see that? I'm not sure of what this one's trying to say right now. I'm a bit confused by it. Like, I'm wondering what makes this point special compared to that. So it says you can use the power of the void to protect an allied fighter. But what is protecting a fighter in the first place? Right? It says here too, when an allied fighter receives fatal damage, protect the fighter with the power of the void. I'm wondering if the fighter needs to have, Steel Thunder to be able to get that protection, and what the vehicle does that you no longer need to do that. That's something I can think about for now. Otherwise, it doesn't really make it super special. Apart from maybe granting 2 Steel Thunder. That's all I can see here. Alright, well, that's pretty much that. Let's go over to the fighting soul here. You can get to 40. Okay, so I've been figuring some characters have been hitting 40 for fighting souls. Yeah, so I think it's the Infernal and Massacre. They can hit 40 with the fighting spirit. Yep, and then the Regis, what I mean, those who are like 30. Okay, now I get it. Okay. I was wondering why I could see that with Ivory and somehow I couldn't do. My brother couldn't see with Gal, and there is my brother's reference to Gal again. All right, going back to Gouken here. We look at the fighting spirit. What happens? The assist is the first thing we want to think about. Upon entering battle, the assisted fighter receives 2 Steel Thunder and 2 Void Power. So automatically he already has Void Power, meaning he automatically has that chance to not die in the first attempt. And you know what that kind of like does? It kind of almost gives you an extra if you were lucky enough to get Virgil's EX move. Because of that extra survivability, right? Also, when an allied fighter's HP falls below 70%, 40% or 10% max HP for the first time, there's 40% chance to grant them Steel Thunder. Can still trigger if Gouken is defeated, but does not trigger if he's in attack position. Once again, Gouken has to be out there, but then again, he's a tank. Why do you want him to be anywhere else? Alright, at plus 20, unleash Gouken level 3 for every 4 Steel Thunder gained, and trigger Kugushin. This is considered a trigger skill. Kugushin. That is that passive, void, whatever. Void power. And at plus 30, triggering Kugushin no longer consumes Steel Thunder stacks. Now that is mean. This honorary looking hat actually holds great power. Gouken uses it to hone his Hado. Okay. Alright, so that's with the fighting soul. We're looking at the garage as well. Last thing I believe is going to be the soul power. So what are we looking at here? There's several levels of 20. These are all just added stats of HP, attack, defense, crit rate, crit resilience, and damage reduction. Now look at something here. So it's HP, attack, defense, crit rate, crit resilience, damage reduction. It seems to be the same all over the. Okay, hold on. There's the difference one here. Crit rate, crit resilience, damage reduction. There's effect resist here. And what did you lose from effect? Because it looks like they're all 6. Attack bonus is not available here. You get effect resist here. So it looks like almost all of them, apart from the last one, gives effect resist. So this one here is a bit different. You get something different from this. Alright, now let's look at this over here. So these are obviously his moves. Alright, it says increase skills damage by 7% if void power is active. Crit resist +2, crit resist +2. For this one here, increase damage to 710% of attack. +2. And for this one here, PvP damage bonus +5%, PvP damage reduction +15%. So if you're facing other players, I wish it was PvE, man. But hey, I think this other ones are like decent enough. And this is pretty much overall the stats of what you're getting. An extra 36%, 20% attack. Let's compare it to someone like Akuma, for example, and see what the soul power is granting Akuma here. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just want to make sure here. I'm trying to compare this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But so this one right now looks like an upside down pentagon in terms of like the shape. I'm not looking at the direction of the line. I'm just looking at the shape of the circles. His one looks more like a stretched out pentagon, right? You can see here, and he gives. Yeah, the same so far. I think the last one might be different. This one that didn't have attack. Yeah, so this one damage reduction. That's what he gets, not effect resist. He gets damage reduction, and then the rest is the same. So they all have the same for the 5 so far. Except he gets damage reduction as the replacement for the attack bonus here. Alright, and Gouken gets, let's see, effect resist to replace attack bonus. Now let's see what Ivoryu gets in his own case. Okay, what is his own like? So Ivoryu looks like Akuma's as well. Also has that, you know, attack bonus stuff here, and then this one probably this is damage reduction is what he gets, not effect resist. So I think Ivoryu and Akuma sort of similar with regards to what they're getting, and with the soul power, but on damage reduction. I want to just have a basic look at what they're getting. 36, 20, 84. Let's go to the first street if they tally. Over here, 36, 20, 84. Okay. So it looks like it's almost pretty much the same thing. They're getting some extra stuff here, but we didn't look at something else here. Obviously this is not a concern, but because we're not going to have a chance to look at these characters again, we already looked at the characters before. I don't know if I've done a detailed one on Akuma back then, but you know, let's use this chance here. For him, upon unleashing, increases flame damage and soul damage dealt by 25% for 15 seconds. Okay. Increase damage of Ring Demon and Goku Satsu by 856% and 100% respectively. Wow. But this you need to be SSS +3 to be able to get this +2, +4 for this, +5 for this, and then for this one here, Shadow Blade PvP damage bonus 16%, PvP damage reduction 4%, 16% and 4% for him. For Gouken, the PvP gain is 5% and 15%. Is more, you know, defensive, so you can tell that. I think Ivoryu have the same because he's also like attack based. Alright, so let's look over here for Ivoryu. Increase damage 410% of attack. That's the first damage here. Second one here. Increase damage to 820% of attack for a Shuriken. This is for the Metsudoken 420 Shuriken, or 825%. All the critics gets +1. All the crit gets +1 here, +1 here. And for PvP 16% damage bonus, 4% damage like Akuma as well. But he's getting crit rate +1 here. I think Akuma has crit rates +2. I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, +2. Oh, critical damage rather. crit damage +2. He gets critical rate, increases chance of a critical, and he gets critical resist +2. Alright, so they all have different stuffs here. That pretty much concludes everything we need to know about Gouken with regards to this. Also, his base stats here, 690k. That is really high. Akuma is 672. And Avery was on the highest before, 674. So he is now the highest, like, because all the others are like far behind, right? He's now like one of the highest now. 690k, that will give you a lot of that extra, punch here, which also adds to your overall strength and makes you obviously stronger than the next unit if you have more of that. Alright, so that's actually cool here. And yeah, very interesting character, very interesting new modes that have been unleashed here. What is going to happen next is we're going to go right ahead and now try and test the character, but we're going to do that in a separate video so that's not to make this one very long. But yeah, extremely interesting right now. As you can see here, this is animation, very nice. Alright, I think we already saw that before, but yeah, we're looking forward to using the character in the limited time experience. That'll be fun as well. Hopefully we see his true potential and how it can actually work. And that's pretty much it for me with regards to looking at an in-depth view of Gouken. He's pretty much all about he justifies being a tank. He's pretty much all about giving everyone a second chance. And like I said before, when you get to the higher levels here, your chances are that whenever the enemy unleashes their super, they're going to one-shot you the first time around. That gives you a chance to actually do other moves and sort of like heal yourself and recover. So it's actually great. So looking forward to seeing how that survivability works. Otherwise, it's been your boy Shin Ryu. I appreciate your time here. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video where we discuss his skills in live trial, in the Fighter Realm trial. Okay, catch you guys in the next one. Cheers, mates.